Beijing influenza really hit me hard. I apologize in advance for my voice in this video, but I really wanted to check in and give you guys an honest review of a foreigner in a Chinese hospital and talk through actually some of the things to expect from the medical system here. So let's get started. Okay, so let's track back. Today is Monday and the cognitive function is still a solid 6 out of 10. Like, we're not functioning very well, but here we are. On Wednesday last week, I was fine. I woke up and I was like, ooh, a bit of a tickle in my throat, but I was like, it's just the cold weather, you'll be fine. I went to work, and then as the workday progressed, I got considerably really sick. And so I ended up even getting a DD home that day from work, which it's just easy to catch the subway, but I was like feeling so ill. So yeah, from Wednesday onwards, today is the first day where I feel like I can function. So I think that's been pretty scary, you know, in a different country, and I can't read any of the medicine labels. My Chinese proficiency is just not there yet. So anyway, that's kind of like the backstory. And so in this part of the video, I'll talk you through the hospital visit itself, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the benefits in the hospital system and like what my workplace is providing, and maybe yours will be similar. So first of all, the insurance, from what I understand, you can visit a hospital that's national level 2 or above. So the hospitals here are rated from level 1, which is like a small community hospital, level 2, level 3, level 3A, which is like 3A is like specialists from my research. So like a big hospital like Royal Melbourne, for example. So I didn't know that until I did the research for this video, but by happen of chance, I strolled into a level 3A hospital. So go me. The other reason I chose this hospital was mainly because of the location. So obviously on Thursday I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel so sick, like I really need some sort of meds. And you can't order those kind of meds on Meituan, right? I think you actually can order some of the meds that I got on Meituan, but I didn't know that at the time. So I went to this hospital and I followed the crowd. Oh, by the way, I did take some videos while I was there, so I will insert them where appropriate. But basically I followed the crowd upwards, and I went first to so I don't have a Chinese ID card, right? I'm using my passport. Actually, at the moment though, I'm using the Visa Stay Permit Residence application. It's like this yellow piece of paper is my ID. So love that for me. And so yeah, they were like, oh, a foreigner. And to me, this is my second experience in a hospital in China. I feel like they've never seen a foreigner in this hospital before. It was so confusing. So, which was completely different to the first experience I had. So don't know. But anyway, so I went up to level 2 because level 1 is level 1 in China. And then, so I went to where everyone was going, which was just like scanning their ID cards and filling in what they needed at like one of those like machines. And then obviously I went straight to the lady. I was like, I don't have an ID card, in Chinese. And she was like, oh, you can go to the manual check-in. And then she directed me there. It was up 1 floor. And also, by the way, on that day, my cognitive function was not functioning. And so I went up 2 floors because I was like, oh, I'm at level 1. But then I ended up at level 4, like technically. So then I went back down. Anyway, so manual check-in. And then, so basically at manual check-in, like I said, I've got a fever and I feel hot. I said I feel hot and I just feel sick. That's all I could say really in Chinese. And then she was like talking back to me, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. And so honestly, it was actually really embarrassing. Like, I don't know what it is, like being in a different country and using their medical system and not being able to speak the language. Like I felt completely embarrassed. And like, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't understand in Chinese. And then so we're using like Baidu Translate, and like she kind of like was like laughing. And I don't know if that's because when I said I was like, I'm feeling hot and unwell, if my Chinese sounds better than it is, like the specific phrases that I know. But if anyone can shed light on that, please let me know. Okay, so basically after we spoke with this lady, Dangisha, maybe I should have some water now. Okay, we're back. So after I spoke with the lady, basically this guy in a suit came and got me, and he took me to the fever clinic. So I was in like the main ward of the hospital and I needed to go to the fever clinic, which I now know where it is in that hospital, but who's to know, right? So then the real experience starts in the fever clinic. And I'm sorry if this is boring, you can skip through this part of the video. But basically, so I got there, I paid 70 yuan, which is $15 Australian, to see a doctor, which is phenomenal, right? Then, so they gave me this like receipt, like this, right? Receipt. And then on these receipts, there's barcodes. And so basically I didn't know, and I don't know if he said it to me, but I just don't know. My ability to speak Chinese that day was just like nothing. Okay. And so I sat down, and for like 30 minutes, my name was not getting called, and I was so confused. I think I was like looking around a bit going like, am I missing something here? And oh my gosh, shout out to the girl who came over to me with a little English that she could speak. I was like, oh, 你可以说中文，我听懂了. You can speak Chinese, I can understand EDR a little. And she told me you have to scan your barcode. And basically I saw the doctor straight away. And it was like, it was not that obvious that you needed to pay and then scan the barcode of this like self machine. But anyway, know that for next time. So then I saw the doctor ordered me to get some tests. And then I went back to the cashier and paid 313.64 yuan, which is like 67 Australian dollars, to get a nasal swab and a blood test. And this is like the efficiency in Chinese hospitals, right? So efficient. So I got the results in 30 minutes. So I sat there waiting for the results, made friends with my new girlfriend, and we were talking a little bit. She studies Spanish. Like I didn't know whether to ask for her details or she was just trying to help me. So I didn't ask for her details. Didn't really seem like she was trying to make a new friend. She was just being helpful. So yeah, I wish I could repay her, but I just didn't know how in the moment. And so yeah, I got the results. Doing the blood test was fine. The nasal swab was outside. She like helped me. She was like, go there, go there. Like so cute, so cute. And then once I got the result, I don't know, it sounds really obvious right now, but it wasn't that obvious back then. You have to rescan the barcode to like go see the doctor again. And actually I eventually worked that out. I think she told me that. And then I saw the doctor again. The doctor prescribed me some medicine. They gave me these slips, which are this size. So this is like a prescription in China. And basically I went back to pay for the medicine, and then I just went to the pharmacy, and that was it. So basically there's like a central hub in the fever clinic for paying manually, because I don't have a Chinese ID card, so I can't pay at the like computer screen. And then yeah, you just go to the different things. But like back then, it just wasn't that clear what was going on. And maybe there were instructions, but I couldn't read them. And so, yeah, that was kind of like a pretty stressful experience. I think especially it was like exacerbated by the fact that I was so sick. Like you can see today, this is Monday, this was Thursday last week. So you can only imagine the world of hurt I was in. Obviously I had a mask on and everything. That comes to the mask discussion, right? So a lot of people in China wear masks on the subway. And the other day I was really interested in why, and like just did some research on it. So basically there's K95 masks, which are the ones that, not like a typical mask that you might see, but it's like a, like, you know, hectic one. And so interesting. So the masks that I've been wearing, it's actually to protect other people from you. But then the masks that you see people wearing on the subway are those ones, right? So if you want to actually be protected yourself, you need to wear a KN95 mask. And so, yeah, I just found that really interesting. So the mask that I've been wearing is just protecting other people from me. But then when I'm well, like, should I be wearing a mask on public transport, like a KN95 mask? Like, please let me know in the comments if you think it's like beneficial or not. Like, I think it is good to expose yourself to different, like, you know, environments and that. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but it is really normal here, I've noticed. Okay, tangent over. So basically the meds were 339.54, which is 73 AUD. So basically my hospital visit cost me $156 Australian, which is pretty cheap, to be honest, because even just to see a doctor in Australia is going to be $80 without, well, I guess the blood test would be cheap or covered by Medicare. So I guess it's kind of comparable, right? And then if I quickly touch on the way like Chinese insurance works, so basically you pay out of pocket. So I've paid my $156 split over the 3 transactions, and the company I work for will reimburse me after the fact. So I need to like upload all the documentation and then they'll reimburse me, which is a bit different obviously in Australia because you would be just out of pocket unless you had private health. So that's interesting in itself. So I guess my takeaway from this experience has been Beijing Influenza A, or that's what I tested positive for, by the way. Horrible. Like, I have never been so sick in my life. And so, yeah, anything you can do to not catch it, like, you should do. So I'm thinking, am I wearing a KN95 mask on the train? Maybe. I don't know. The second takeaway is, don't be embarrassed by a Chinese level, because I'm really trying. Like, I'm studying every day and I'm taking every opportunity I can to speak Chinese. For example, I just had lunch and I asked to take away the food. It's in my fridge right here. 我可以打包吗? And obviously my Chinese tones are not very good, and especially because I'm a little bit sick. And she was like, oh, okay. She was like really helpful. So that was really nice. And then I like talked to the security guard, and I'm really trying to I'm about to do language exchange. So I'm really trying to improve. So I'm just saying to myself, like, don't be too harsh on yourself about your Chinese level. You've only been here a few weeks, so give yourself grace. Okay, the next one, I'm so grateful to the girl who helped me. There was also a guy that helped me at one point. I think when I was buying the medicine, I thought I just scanned the barcode of the medicine itself, because it's like barcodes and everything. But I just needed to give the guy the barcode to then pay, which was different from what it was before. So there was a guy who was like, this paper, and so like in Chinese, so I could understand. So I do find that really helpful when people like dumb down the Chinese, because I'm sure this paper is not how you say a receipt. I think I know how to say a receipt. I can understand, but I can't produce that word. Interesting. So the takeaways are, I already forgot what the takeaways are. I have something really exciting to show you guys before we end the video. Okay, so a lot of you have been asking me, are we vlogging? Like, why are we not vlogging? Well, because the lens on my camera is not a wide enough lens where like I'm holding it like this and you get a good angle. Like this would be the angle if I was holding the camera. You can obviously see it's like too close. So I bought this Ulanzi tripod, but it also serves as like an extender. So this is very exciting. We're going to be Ni Hao Tia TV on the go. So let me know where you want me to film. I'm thinking I did go, have I posted on YouTube yet? I'm not sure. I did go to the Tiananmen Square flag raising ceremony, and I think I can do that experience better. So I might film like a new and improved version of that. But yeah, a heap of different things going on here. I'm going to reach out to the Australian Chamber of Commerce and see that if I can volunteer at any of their events. A friend actually recommended that. So if you guys have any other recommendations of what I should do here in Beijing from a business perspective, please let me know in the comments. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow.